Oh, hello. I guess let's just wait. Let's wait. I see
This is
some
the waiting
people.
period.
Hello. I can't see you guys yet, but we're gotta wait. We gotta wait for some people to come in. Comment if you can see this.
Hi.
Comment. I know we've been all over the place, but we gotta wait for some people to come in. That's okay.
Oh, okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Yes.
Your hair looks so good, man.
Oh, thank you. I actually just co-washed it. My hair was looking like a hot mess for a long time, but I had to wash it really quick and get it in. Okay, we have some people. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Kylie. Hi, Plamidi. Sorry if I say your name wrong. Hello and welcome to
Hello.
We have a beautiful guest with us today. Babe, I can see my boyfriend's in the background. Okay.
Yeah, I can see it from this.
But hello, welcome to the Be True series. Today we have a special guest. Obviously, we're going to be talking about natural hair. So this is something that I feel like most of you guys want to know about, and you guys have so many questions. And the good thing is, I've been noticing that there's been like 4C hair talk, like all over the place. Okay, like people have been setting the record straight. There's been a lot of questions and stuff like that. So we have someone with 4C hair to actually set the record straight, so we can have a conversation. And obviously, if you don't have 4C hair, this will still benefit you because it's just like, hair advice, hair confidence talks. So anyways, before we begin, would you like to introduce yourself really quick?
Hi, I'm Triska. I normally create content on natural hair growth, specifically type 4 hair, but I feel like we have such beautiful and diverse hair that at the end of the day, it's good for all of us to actually benefit from it, So basically, what I normally focus on is how women like me, especially since I'm African, how they can actually grow their hair, Because, girl, like when I was starting my natural hair journey, I always had this ideology that only mixed people and only people from other ethnicities could actually grow hair. Like my mom was looking at me like, you want to start natural hair? So no, it's just literally richer, it won't go past there, because in our community, we don't really see a lot of people with like long lashes, beautiful natural hair. And funny enough is like, over the past few years, our community has literally grown because of YouTube. But there's also some controversy, like everyone is just kind of like in the next, everyone has different opinions. Because, Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Oh, by the way, you're all the way in, or Princess. Let me say, actually, how do you pronounce your name, just so I don't say it wrong?
My name is Priska Osir. Osir.
Okay, so she's in Kenya. So if the connection's a little off, hopefully everything is perfect. I mean, it's okay, but if it's a little delayed, that's because we're like, I'm in America, she's in Kenya,
and we're in Kenya.
So that's amazing. Like I was telling her that, I mean, I wish I could go and live with her and experience everything because that's just really cool to see. But anyways, okay, so yeah, you have your own YouTube channel and you do pretty much natural hair advice for 4C, and you've been on your hair journey for how long? Your natural hair journey?
I've been on my hair journey for the past 2.5 years, and in my own experience, what my channel normally represents is how I normally have like transparency in my channel, because I feel like the more we normally talk about the struggles we have in taking care of our natural hair, the easier it'll be, So in my channel, my natural hair journey did not start as smoothly as everyone else. I got breakage. I believed in growing my hair in like 24 inches in a day. Like it was just like crazy, So over the time, I've been able to understand not only my hair, but also a way to actually help other people. So yeah.
I'm listening.
Yeah, so over the time, I've been able to know how to actually grow my own hair in my own way and to be able to use that information to help other people, especially in the same situation. Especially when you see 4C hair, many people feel like it has so it can't really grow as long as other hair types. And I feel like I want to break that barrier in a way, because it's really important for people to know, like, at the end of the day, no matter hair type, which hair type you have, your hair is still gonna grow and it's still gonna look beautiful. Every hair type has its own set of characteristics, man. Like, you should like embrace it in a way. So that is basically my natural hair journey. And I had heat damage. I got a bad haircut. I got a bad haircut again. And then I started a protective style challenge. And then it just like literally grew my hair out of nowhere. So,
okay, so
yeah,
you
that's
are so that's the thing. Some people have started off like on their
yeah,
journey when they were transitioning, they did protective styles and that really
yes,
helped. And then there's
yeah,
other people that just like me, I just did wash and goes, or most
yeah,
of the time where I'll style my hair, but like just wash and goes, and that's how I did. So it's like you said, you've learned how to grow your hair and do your journey through your way, what works for you.
yeah,
That's one thing
yeah,
that I want us to understand. It's like everybody has their own ways. There's not one
yeah,
way to do things. Like certain things work differently, and you learn that by
yeah,
testing things out, honestly. So for you,
exactly.
okay, so then what was like your journey as far as protective styles? What was like the main protective styles you would do and stuff?
So basically, I personally, as a personal person, I feel like I'm simple, and I believe like people should show their personality through their hair. So, hello?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really see me actually going ahead and trying something that is literally for me. For example, I feel like
Girls, can you see me?
I can't really see you. Let me fix it. Can you see me?
Yes. Okay. Good. Good. Yeah, I can see you.
The Kenya network, man.
It's okay.
so
Okay.
so basically, the reason why I went to protective style is because I have a really simple personality, and maintaining my hair through protective style has not only been effective but easier for me. So my protective style actually started out with like twist and like basically braids with no extensions, because I have the hair which is kind of like, right, if you put an extension you're gonna get a bald spot in like 3 months or something, like I have that type of hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically I did that with the motivation of trying to see my hair can actually grow. It started out as an experiment, to be honest, because
Mm-hmm.
who doesn't love a twist out? Like, who doesn't love a twist out?
Especially when
But
you master it, when you learn, because I know
yeah,
it seems so simple, but I think it's more so like products and different stuff.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So over the time, I feel like through that, I've been able to like, I think protective styles has just helped me in the simple department in a way to actually grow my hair. I believe in protective styles that are good for that individual. At the same time, there's so many protective styles that people actually love, but to be honest, they're a little bit toxic, especially how they're actually made in my own hometown, my own country. People will snatch the life out of your edges. Like people will literally be like, you know. So basically,
Yeah.
yeah. So
It looks
you
cute
should.
too, but it's probably not good. I know it's not good for your actual hair.
Oh my gosh, you have no idea. The stories I have had, I'm just like, girl, no, not today. So basically, you should definitely come to our country and see how people have like different protective styles, yeah. But like people should understand a protective style just depends on you and what you want to actually do. For you, it can be wash and goes. For me, if I do a wash and go, it'll be a complete disaster. But like, but like
So,
it just
yeah, so
depends.
that is sorry. I have another question. But
Yeah,
you finish?
sure.
I don't want you to forget your thought.
No, I won't forget my thought.
Okay. So yeah, that's another thing I just want to bring as we're talking. Another thing is
Yeah.
also, by the way, I see everybody on the chats. I see you, Olivia, Layla, Curly Maria,
Hey.
Renee, Tiggs, Sade. If I say your name wrong, sorry. She is from Kenya, Ariana. But yeah, so we're gonna just have like I just want to get like the basis and our story share that, and then we'll answer any questions like in a few
Yeah.
minutes. But again, so if you have questions, just leave it there, and then we'll see it when we get to the questions part. But yeah, so wash and goes, that's another big thing. It's like I've heard some people that has 4C hair say that they can't do wash and goes. I've talked to other girls and they said they
Yeah.
can. So again, I'm pretty sure it just goes to like why. What is your opinion with wash and goes in your hair?
So basically, personally, as any other style, I feel like 4C hair is really diverse. So doing the style isn't really going to be hard, but the manageability of that style can be detrimental. For example, when I have my coils and my kings are really tight, like they're like super tight. They're literally hugging each other. Sometimes if I do a wash and go, maintaining it might be a little bit harder. But like if you do it with the right steps and you have the right products, it can actually last as long as you want. So basically for me, I don't really do wash and goes that much. The last time I actually did a wash and go was the first time I went natural, and I did it so horribly. I swear. I just
Same.
I was so naive. I entered the shower and then I was just like, okay, it was literally like in my head, it was literally just a wash and a
No,
go.
same.
And I
I'm
did
pretty sure everybody else thought that. Like when I was like, oh, I'm so happy to have. I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear my natural hair. I don't have to. All I do is take a shower. I don't even remember conditioning it. I think I like got out, just let it dry, and that's it.
Yeah, and oh my, the disaster, the tangles, the knots. I swear, I was literally sitting down and be like, you know what, I'm gonna shave my head. If I don't fix this today, I'm just gonna shave my head completely. So what I want to tell people who love wash and goes and that 4C, embrace that, love that, because at the end of the day, we have different styles that work for us specifically, because everyone maintains their hairstyles differently. I'm a really simple person. That's why I normally go for braids, but you can find other 4C hair naturals who have grown their hair and they've been healthy with just wash and goes. So basically, at the end of the day, you have to understand that if you're 4C, if a style doesn't really work for you, you should just kusema ukweli is like truth to be told. You gotta just let it go. But like maybe once in a while, but like long term, if it's giving you issues, just be like, deuces, man. That's it.
Yeah, I totally understand, especially if it's making you super frustrated to where you're not washing your hair, and then you're like, like then it's like, okay, then figure out something else. Like again, like you said, you don't have to. Again, it's like I think we have that influence over just people we see on YouTube and social media, and we're just like, oh, I wish, and it's just like everybody's different, and I understand. And it's just I'd rather you do something. If protective styles or braid outs or twist styles is what makes you feel the best and what's even convenient, like you said, because I feel like for you're more like convenience, and you're simple. It's like you can wash and go, you can do this, but you know what works for you, and that makes your journey more enjoyable for you.
Exactly. It's really funny how you just talked about influence, because I was talking about this with my other friend just the other day. And I was trying to tell her, as much as you have to understand, especially on YouTube, us as natural hair influencers, we have different experiences. So sometimes people might watch one natural hair YouTuber, see that her hair is growing with wash and goes, and then go to the next one and be like, girl, no. She said, the other one said that. So that's why, like, whenever I do a video or whenever I do something, I always tell people, especially if you're a new natural, use influencers as reference points. They shouldn't be like, that's it, that's the word, that's anything, just like as a way to actually understand how to manage your hair. And then you can actually refer to them for maybe advice or how to actually take care of your hair to actually grow, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings and we have different genetics. So
exactly. Yep. So that's a big thing, but I think that kind of sums. I mean, did you have anything to say before we go into the Q&A? Because I know I see questions and I want to like.
No, it's fine. We can dive in.
Okay. Watera, much love back. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see. Let me move up. Let's start from the top. Someone said Olivia Fitz said I mastered twist outs, but how can I get a bomb wash and go? I'm not sure actually. What is your type? Because again, it's different. I mean, I can say mine, and then, but what is your hair type, Olivia? Before we go into that, I've mastered washing. Blah, blah, blah. What do you think the biggest struggle was when you were going natural? So I'll let you start.
Frustration. Frustration, especially when I started my natural hair journey. Influencers made it look so easy. Like they just entered the shower, they did their hair and everything. So basically, in my head, I already had this preconceived notion that once I go natural, it's just going to be like, hey, I'm done, you know. But like I ended up knowing that like my hair is it's just beautiful, but like I have to learn how to actually, you know, manage it over time, you know. So like with that frustration and also the time, it kind of like gave me like a lot of doubt and a lot of like low confidence on whether I could actually manage my hair by myself. So yeah, so tell me yours.
So did you see any other 4C or people with your hair type at the time, or was go ahead.
Funny enough, the first influencer I saw was actually a lady called Craving Yellow. She's a Kenyan YouTuber, yeah. So basically, she had really super long hair. So you can imagine my friend actually sent me that message, and seeing somebody with really long hair, especially for C hair, was just amazing. But later on, I think when I started my natural hair journey, I wasn't really, especially on my YouTube feed, I felt like I wasn't really exposed to my specific hair type. In my own knowledge, I didn't really know which kind of hair type I have at the end of the day. Because if you look at like photos, especially on YouTube, sometimes if our natural hair is dry, it all looks the same. Like, yeah, like it all looks the same. So it took me to a point where I thought my hair was 3C. And then I started doing so many like weird things with my hair, and just kind of, it just destroyed it in a way, you know, because I wasn't really using the tools for my hair and what my hair can actually handle, you know. So I think when I started, it was just like a lot of confusion. But you know, you live and you learn at the end of the day, you know. It's like a learning curve. You kind of have to like learn as you go. You make mistakes as you go, you know. So
and that's important, because it's like, I know it's frustrating as a natural, but those like fails and stuff, the fail wash and goes, the fail twist outs, the frustration, that's what's going to get you to learn with anything in life. And it's not going to be like, okay, I'm natural, everything's perfect, my hair just works like that.
True.
Like, of course, again, and that it like, it makes me feel like I wish that I showed, I mean, not that I was trying to hide anything, but like when I was listening, I wish I had a camera in my face every second so I can show like my, you know, fails and my frustrations and stuff like that. But I mean, for me, my biggest struggle, I feel like, was you know, for comparing at first, because again, you do see people, I remember seeing a lot of girls who were mixed with their hair, you know, textures and whatever, and I just thought that, oh, you know, my hair would look like that or whatever, and it's just, you just, I mean, for me, I really cut out looking at other people in the beginning. Like, once I saw myself like comparing, I kind of just stopped watching other naturals, which is probably, I feel like it was a good thing, because I wasn't influenced by anybody, and I was able to just focus on my journey. But at the same time, I also missed out, because I did a lot of hairstyles in the beginning. So I didn't, I wasn't really, and that's, I think, my biggest I mean, I don't want to say mistake, because it helped me learn to love my hair and make natural hair fun. But I also wasn't really taking care of my hair. So I feel like a lot of girls were seeing, oh, do your hair, do all these beautiful styles, but I wasn't and my hair could have been healthier or better, whatever you would say, a long time ago, but it took me like 6 years, because I just realized, okay, hairstyles, like, that's, like you said, all the braids are just a type manipulation of your hair, especially when it's like weak, you're transitioning it from heat damage. can like, you know, cause a lot of harm and breakage and stuff like that. So, I mean, again, I just think for everybody, it's, you know, mostly just you expecting natural hair to be like, oh,
Yeah.
this easy journey when
Yeah.
that's not usually the case. I feel like that's mostly how most naturals start off unless you're doing it nowadays. I feel like now
Yeah.
there's so many videos out there to show
Yeah.
like this is a journey, like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
So
have Go ahead.
yeah. So I feel like it's really important for people to know that it's okay to have bad hair days. Like it happens. I have had a couple of few before. I actually got to the point where my hair was just like literally at like that optimal point. I was like, I know my products, I know everything. You know, in the beginning, I if somebody told me like a plant out there in like Japan could actually grow my hair, girl, I'm going to Japan. You know, like that's how that was like my mentality. You know, so I feel like when you're a natural, it's important to what actually helps you out of that frustration or the beginning time where you're having a difficult time is to look for influencers that you feel like, or people or blogs, or maybe a family member that you feel like has really validated information. Because to be honest, on YouTube, there's so much and there's so much information. I just saw a video yesterday growing 24 inches in a night. I'm like, girl, why? You know, so getting like the right information can also help so much. I feel can help you a lot.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. Okay. What's your favorite part about being natural? Layla asked, do you have a
Oh
favorite part?
yeah. When my hair is big. I
Oh,
love
oh
big
yeah.
hair.
Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah. I
Definitely.
feel it's so pretty, and I feel like people sometimes underestimate how beautiful natural hair can be. I was walking around just like Jan yesterday, and I had this big, beautiful hair, and I was just like, you know, I was feeling myself, my confidence. I was with a mask though, but like I was feeling myself, you know, walking around looking like a diva. I was like, brother, I'm an African queen harper. Shashtuka.
I
So, what's your
know.
favorite
I
part?
totally agree. Honestly, when I first started out my natural hair journey, I was so into like keeping my hair super slicked down, super just like
Oh,
no frizz, whatever. And I was crazy. I'm just like, when I had a point, I don't know how long you've been following my journey, but I had a point where I cut out a lot of styling products.
yeah,
When I say styling products, I mean like those creams that are supposed to manipulate your curls, like tame your curls, not moisture, because people
yeah,
use you can use products that are for moisture, like leave-in conditioners and moisturizers, but like, you know, the gels and stuff. And when
yeah,
I decided to cut that out for a little while just
yeah,
to see how my hair was so big because it wasn't weighed down by so many like heavy styling
yeah.
products. Uh-oh, what happened? So yeah, I didn't even know that my hair could be, and I was loving it. And when I was out, I got so many compliments just with bigger hair when I felt a little self-conscious. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, frizz, it's so big, like blah blah blah. It's not like perfect. So I agree. I honestly love big hair. It's just so beautiful, and you feel like so confident, like you're making a statement. Like, yes, this is my hair. Like I feel
Yeah,
my most
exactly.
confident when I'm
Exactly.
having big hair and I'm out. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, so that's, I guess that's
I,
would be, and then
or
also
expression, the comments make it better.
you said the what makes it better?
Hello? The compliments make it so much
Oh yeah.
better. The compliments just,
Yeah. I mean, then another thing, honestly, just being a part of a community, like
yeah,
I'm a little, I'm not super emotional person, but when I think about how we have progressed as just
yeah,
Black women, just as with our hair. That used to
yeah,
be such a big thing. I mean, that is a big thing for us, but even back then, you know, when it was all about straight hair, and
yeah,
I mean, me personally, and I know a lot of Black girls were just so scared to like, for anybody to see their hair when it wasn't super straight or permed or
yeah,
whatever, or you, even when you had like, you know, a weave and just different stuff. And now that we can go out and it's normal and we're like, feeling confident in it, and when we see other people, it's like, yes, sister, like natural.
girl.
It's so beautiful, and it's like that's what I
Yeah,
love, is being a part of a community because it's just amazing. So
I feel like it's also the same way in most African countries, because
Really?
when I started out as being natural, I didn't really find a lot of people, especially in my own university. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, years later, because people are getting information, people are being more acceptable, you can literally be on like a line and see so many naturals in front of you. And it's such a beautiful thing, because back then, when you're coming in the house looking with like really frizzy hair or like big hair, your mom will be like, hey, where are you going? Where are you
Like
going?
that.
You know? But like now everyone is so acceptable, and like we've come so far, to be honest, and yeah, we're gonna go like much further. I hope this journey actually continues for everyone, to be
I
honest.
know. I'm pretty sure it will. If anything, we're all gonna
Yeah.
be rocking our afros in the future. We're gonna be like, whatever. We don't need all that definition every time. We could just rock bigger hair. That's what I hope. I mean, obviously you're
Yeah.
balanced, but I want everybody to feel like you don't always have to have super defined or whatever, or the perfect wash and go and
Yeah.
stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. Do you think head massage actually helps grow the hair? And any oil recommendations? Thank you, Maya. So, have you ever did the scalp massages? Have you heard about that?
So I actually have it in the house. Like that was one of the first things I bought.
Mhm.
Particularly in my own opinion, is I feel like when it comes to massages and oils such as peppermint oil or rosemary oil, those are the essential oils. You have to remember they don't actually grow hair, but they actually stimulate hair growth. So let's say, for example, you are massaging your hair or you're using a stimulating oil, yeah? But at the same time, you aren't really eating efficiently, it's not going to be as productive as you would assume. Either way, your hair is going to actually grow between zero point 0.5 or to 1 inch. I'm such a slow grower. So
Mhm.
personally, it takes me a little bit longer. So what I can say is that it does stimulate hair growth, but it doesn't grow hair, because genetically, unless something has generally happened, your hair is just basically going to grow by itself biologically. Now the problem comes in is retaining length, especially for 4C hair. It can be a little bit tricky, and it just depends on other factors such as your porosity and stuff. But generally, like one thing that I feel like has worked out for almost all of the naturals I've ever seen in my life, whether you're 3A, 3C, me and you, or somebody who is like a totally complete definition, just giving your hair that time to breathe and the less manipulation is more effective, because
Mhm.
once you stop doing so much to your hair, you'll actually see an improvement. So this is basically my own take on stimulating hair growth and oils and massages. But like I feel like it's a good practice still. You should still continue
Yeah, I
doing it.
mean, for me, I never really did any of that. I mean, I like to say
Mm,
I never hopped on like, oh, this is gonna give me growth, super growth. I never really. I mean,
yeah.
again, in the beginning, I was like, oh, my hair's gonna grow, but then when I realized that I think I had a bad. I didn't want to go be natural because I wanted to grow out my hair, because then I knew that growing hair
Yeah.
took time, and then I would have got discouraged because I see other girls who have
Yeah.
who are maybe mixed, or their genetics, they have that
Yeah.
fast hair growth, and then you see them using the massage things and the rice water,
Thing. Yeah.
everything else. You're like, oh wow, that works for them, not realizing that
Yeah.
hello, their hair is already fast growing, like that's not like, and
Exactly.
that's the thing. It's just like I wish people would put a disclaimer out there, because it's just like false ever. I mean, it's not
It's
their fault because they probably don't
confusing.
do it
Yeah.
perfect, not everybody, but at the same time, I feel like people look at other people with long hair and think, oh, if I do this, my hair is gonna get like this, and then gets frustrated when it doesn't. But yeah, I never used that. As far as oils, I didn't even really use much oils in my hair. I feel like a lot of the products that I use have
Oh,
oils in it. So I don't know, but I just
yeah.
recently started playing around with oils, and I feel like I don't know if I mean, I guess
Mm,
like I noticed a difference like in shine fine in the shine and the appearance of it,
Yeah.
but I'm still learning. Like, are you a big oils
Yeah.
person? I feel like people with 4C, I mean, yeah, what's your take?
Not really, because I'm really a simple natural. I don't really put oil on my
So
scalp
what
at
do you
first.
actually
If
put?
maybe I have,
Like, what is your go-to products type of, not necessarily the name, but like hair or cream or moisturizer or like a butter? Like, what do you?
yeah. I normally use I feel like shea butter is just godsend. I've been using shea butter for the longest time. So basically my mixture is basically shea butter, olive oil, and argan oil, or maybe coconut oil. And that's what I normally use to seal in the moisture in my hair.
I think the connection. Can you guys? I can hear you, but the connection's a little off.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can
I
they
can
hear me
hear
now?
you, but it's like a little slow. I'm fine, but I just want to make sure everybody's okay, good with the connection.
They're good.
Anybody, let us know, because I want to. Well, I mean, I feel like you're fine, but it's just a little. Like I said, he's all the way in Kenya, so the connection may be a little like off. But you're fine. Keep going. Sorry.
Nisawa. So basically, I'm such a simple natural. I don't use a lot. I don't even use leave-in conditioners. Generally, when I've moisturized my hair, I just typically use water, and then I seal it in with maybe shea butter mixed with coconut oil and argan oil, and then I wait for the next day I'm actually moisturizing. I feel like that's really beneficial. And another thing, like it's really interesting that you actually mentioned rice water. So me and my friend are both naturals, yeah. And my friend, she just started her own natural hair journey, because of the rice water phase, and everyone is just basically into it. Sometimes people have to remember, when you're doing a challenge, you notice that most naturals are normally consistent with that challenge. So it can be confusing to know whether it's the actual product that's making your hair grow, or it's the consistency. Because for my friend, it was just basically the consistency. Once she just dropped it, her hair was just typically fine, and it was growing. She just continued using some water and some like coconut oil or whichever oil she liked. And because of that consistency, it continued growing, So I feel like it's just basically the consistency when it comes to these challenges. Because people are like, okay, we're doing rice water. Let me go get my rice water every day,
If anything, that's what I'm saying. Maybe I should start like putting out videos to say, if you do this, use these products consistently, it will grow your hair. Because I feel like that's what makes people motivated. Oh, it's gonna grow my hair.
Yeah.
Yep, I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I said in one of my videos. I'm like, well, yeah, rice water may work for a lot of people because, like you said, they're consistent on it. Just like
exactly.
I don't need to use that. I just was consistent in having a weekly routine for my hair and did that
exactly.
Again, that doesn't mean that doesn't help, because it is like a protein treatment, I believe. So I know protein treatments are valuable for a lot of people, especially when they're transitioning and their hair's like damaged. But if your hair, you have been natural for a long time, you don't use that much heat, and you just look for a fast growth, you probably are not either using the right products, or you're probably not being consistent. I mean, in all I know a lot of naturals are like lazy naturals and be doing their hair every other whatever twice a month or something like that. It's like
yeah, exactly.
So okay, thank you, Breezy, for letting me know. Actually, I'm gonna put out a question really quick. I need to go get my laptop charger.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a question. Am I the only one who had this chunk of straight piece in the front of your hair? How would you fix it or get my curls in the front defined? So she has like I guess a piece in her hair that's really straight. So how would she be able to fix that? I have an answer for that, but do you?
So basically, my question is like what she did previously with her hair, or if that's just basically her own hair type. Because sometimes when I had heat damage personally, so the front of my hair and the back of my hair were literally bone straight. It's like you've put
Yeah.
like palm or a relaxer. So it just depends on what you did previously with your hair.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
if
I'm
so,
gonna talk to them. I'm gonna run and go get my laptop charger really quick because I don't want this to die. So
oh, okay. So basically, if you have a straight piece on your hair, or let's say, for example, you've been doing a lot of like styles with heat, or basically like flat ironing or blow drying, sometimes the straight piece on your hair can be something known as heat damage. It is just basically something that has gotten off from like using a lot of heat on your hair. Personally, when I had heat damage, it can be a little bit frustrating when you have a lot of textures. And one way you can actually know whether you have heat damage or not is basically if the roots on your hair are a little bit curlier than the other parts. So there are two ways to actually do this. You can actually transition or just basically cut it off. Personally, I feel like sometimes when it comes to heat damage, when mine was completely extreme because I was basically straightening my hair every day. I don't know what I was actually doing, but I was straightening my hair every day. So it got to the extreme point to where it wasn't really savable. So if somebody is out there telling you that there's this like miracle products that can actually revert the heat damage back, that might be a little bit of misinformation. But at the same time, it just depends on how far and what you have actually done to your hair.
Yeah, so that does matter because I mean, it sounds like it will be heat damage, or
Yeah.
maybe you've been like you manipulate the front a lot, whether you're doing
Yeah.
a lot of like tight styling or whatever. So either that. So again, we would have to know. But if it's heat damage, I mean that will take. Honestly, eventually you're gonna have to trim. I mean, I don't want to say it depends because it's like, is it all straight? Because then for me, I had like straight parts, but I didn't big
Yeah.
chop. I just decided to trim like every 3 to 4 months. I would trim a
Yeah.
little bit off, and then you know my hair would kind of grow over time, and then I'll trim a little bit off, so it wasn't like a huge amount, you know that. So point blank period, if it's heat damage, you're gonna have to cut that off. Like heat damage,
Exactly.
there's no way to revert.
There's no way out. But it's like
Go ahead.
I feel like people should actually know that, especially when it comes to split ends and heat damage, there is no product out there that can save your hair. So just to put it out there, you just have to cut it off, you know?
Yeah, you have to. And again, if you don't want to do the big chop, you can always do a little bit off and then a little bit every 3 to 4 months, like I did. I mean, it is easier to go ahead and do a big chop if you are, you know, you can. But if you're like overly like, then I would say, you know, every 3 to 4 months. That's what I started off with at least. Is it better to stick to the same styling products every week? You know, I'm a cheap natural as well as a lazy natural, so I'm not a big product junkie at all. Even then, I don't even like, now that I've gotten, I guess, you know, big. I mean, my following's a little bit bigger. You do get different brands trying to send you stuff, but even then I'm super picky on what I would use, and I don't really like I'm like, if it works, I don't want to fix, like, maybe that's not a good mentality to have. I'm trying to find a product. I'm trying, okay, but I'm like, like this works so well, why do I need to learn? But I understand that I have an audience and you guys want to know like certain things, but at the same time, I've used the same products for most of my journey, so I think it's fine. What about you?
Oh my gosh, it's the same thing. I'm so lazy. I don't feel like I want to go out and venture because my initial years were just for experimentation, and now I just have like that kind of like set of products that I really like.
Yeah.
So basically, obviously, when my journey was starting, I didn't really have like the confidence of going out and being like, oh, I like this product. Oh, I like this product. But basically, there are signs, especially when it comes to styling gels or styling creams. So once you notice that your hair isn't like feeling it, just let it go. Just be like, I love you. I spent so much money on you, but like, bye.
We're not working out.
We're not working out.
Exactly. So again, I like you said, I think a lot of the experimenting started when you're transitioning. And then also,
Yeah,
again, when your hair is damaged and when your hair is healthy, you may end up trying different products because I feel like
yeah,
when your hair is damaged, it's usually high porosity.
yeah,
Um, Porosity is pretty much how well your hair takes in moisture, pretty much, I believe,
yeah,
if I remember that
yeah,
correctly. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's true.
how it retains moisture. So if your hair is damaged, it's gonna need to suck up all the moisture it can possibly get, and that's
Yeah,
why if it's like you have high porosity, you feel like you have to put a lot of product in your hair for your hair to even be moisturized. But when your hair gets kind of on the healthier, it usually low porosity and normal porosity
yeah,
usually like healthier hair. Although there
yeah,
are exceptions, like you can just be your genetics are naturally high porosity, but
yeah,
most of the time, if your hair is healthier, it's low porosity, and that's when
yeah,
you may just need to use like simple, lightweight, like a leave-in conditioner or a butter or oil. Everything's more
yeah,
simplistic. Like your hair is like, okay, I'm good. It's like a baby. Like at first you gotta care for it and give it all this
yeah,
when it grows, it learns to flourish and it doesn't need as much
yeah.
like, care, or I mean not care, but like, a lot of extra stuff. So
Extra
to answer
attention.
your question, yeah, exactly. To answer your question, you can use the same products. It is good to try new products every now and then. Don't get me wrong, because I'm
Yeah,
trying out different products and it is like, oh wow, okay, so my hair
yeah.
work with other products, but it is kind of like scary sometimes when you don't want to like waste your money and stuff. So
Exactly. So it just depends. If you want to experiment, you can start with one product. So if you find out that because you change that product, your hair is feeling a type of way, you should just know that that product is the problem. So if you want to change up or you want to try and experiment and try new products, because personally, I'm not a product junkie, but like if somebody brings me a product, definitely I'm going to use it. So you have to like pay attention
yeah,
to your hair and see like whether this is something that you want. Sometimes your hair can be like, it's not me, it's not you, it's just basically me. I
yeah.
don't want to use you anymore. you
Exactly.
know,
Exactly.
so
And
it's good
also,
to pay attention. Yeah.
yeah, and also another tip lastly on products. It's honestly like whenever for me, for example, if I wanted to try a new product, I would go on Google and I will literally research, say the product is called hair juice. I will literally look
Yeah.
up is hair juice good for my type, so I'll say low porosity hair, or I'll look up
Yeah.
the reviews and see if it's not like 4 to 5 stars. I mean, I don't know, then I'll look at the comments, or you can go on YouTube and look up people
Yeah.
trying out that hair product. I mean, you could definitely do your research before you go in and just buy it, and then so you
Yeah.
already know what you're working with. So that's another thing I would say. All right. Helpless candidates asks, how do I take care of my hair when I don't do braids or twists or wash and goes? I want to do buns that I take out in a week. I just need some guidance in a routine idea.
Oh,
Um,
so what I'll say is it depends on how tight your buns are. Because sometimes you remember earlier on in the conversation, we said that any protective style can turn to be toxic, especially if you use a lot of tension on your head. For example, I have like a simple like updo and it's a bun.
which is
But
really
if I
cute, I
tighten it,
meant to tell you.
huh?
I said, which was
Pardon?
really cute, by the way. I meant to tell you.
Asante. Asante sana. That's thank you. So basically, it just depends on, sometimes you have to look for those warning signs because you can see many naturals on or influencers on YouTube, and a bun is like her go-to and it works for her. So basically you can use that as a reference point, but at the same time you have to be careful in a way that you have to understand that that is a completely different person. So if you do a bun, make sure you just kind of like really careful, especially how tight it is or which kind of products you're actually using, because it can cause a lot of damage more than actually good. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. So I think that's fine. I've heard of like the wash and go puffs, the wash
Yeah,
and go or buns, whatever. So again, like she said, it does like don't make sure you're not doing super tight, slick down buns all the time because you do need to give your hair a break. but I understand convenience wise, if that's fine, you still need to take care of your hair. So for me, like say for instance, I have 2 days throughout the week where I like care for my hair. Everybody's different. For me personally, I have a wash and go. I have a wash day, which is where I, shampoo, deep condition, then I moisturize and style my curls if I want to. And then later on in the week, maybe like 3 to 4 days later, I will co-wash my hair just to refresh my hair, give my hair a little refresher. So you still need to make sure that you have, I feel like, I want to ask you about that, but I feel like you do need to just make sure you're taking care of your hair throughout the week still. So if you wash a day and then you moisturize your hair and then you put your hair up in a loose bun and then you keep that, for, again, it depends on your type. If you have to re-moisturize your hair, I don't technically have to re-moisturize my hair every day, maybe every other day. Sometimes I can even go 3 to 4 days without doing it, but again, it also depends on your hair. But so as long as you're just not keeping your hair in a bun for like weeks and then not doing nothing to it, and making sure that you need to refresh your hair every so often or re-moisturize it with like a leave-in conditioner or a shea butter or some oil,
and especially I feel like whichever hairstyle you want to choose, the consistency of how you actually take care of your hair is the utmost important. I know people are so tired of people saying, oh, consistency, because everyone natural is like consistency. But like, it's a really important part in your hair routine. For example, for me, my hair is 4C, as I've mentioned before, but it's also low porosity. But in my own mentality, I like being ahead of the dryness. I don't want to wait till my hair is extremely dry so I can actually moisturize it. So basically, I tend to, if let's say it's a wash day, I'm plaiting up my hair, I use like a really good shea butter. It seals in all of that moisture. Maybe like after a day or two, I kind of like chill out and then I re-moisturize my hair. Sometimes it's important to know when your hair is actually moisturized, when it's fine and when it's dry. Because sometimes people can confuse, oh, my hair is dry, but I just put shea butter yesterday. But, like, it just depends on your own porosity. Because if you have high porosity, genetically, or maybe it's induced by chemicals, heat, or anything else, you have to remember that you can easily absorb moisture, but like sealing in that moisture is a little bit harder. So you have to seal it in with heavier butters and heavier oils, and you have to make sure that your moisturizing routine is as consistent as possible. I personally have like low porosity, so moisturizing it isn't really like I have to moisturize it every day, but I just like doing a spritz, like I hope you're fine and you're alive. Stay alive, please. I just spritz so much. I'll be like, okay, and plus the African sun here. I swear you should come to Nairobi.
Oh yeah. Oh no,
it is so hot right now.
No, see, that's different. Now in the summertime, and I am going to be coming out with the summer hair care routine. I've noticed you do have to moisturize your hair a little more often to make sure, because if the sun is just drying up your hair. So maybe every day, maybe every other day you do make, like you said, some people have like oils where they spritz their hair, whatever, or for me, I'll just like maybe wet my hair with water and maybe put a little leave-in conditioner or some oils on top of it. Like, it doesn't have to be super, like, you don't have to do your full routine over again.
Just like just a little bit, just to keep it alive. Like in this side, it can get so hot, like extremely hot, and that is like literally 3/4 of the year. So basically, some people normally forget, especially when it comes to a natural hair routine. You have to pay attention to your environment. If you're in a cold place, maybe like Norway, I went to Norway just juicy a few months ago. It's much cooler. It doesn't really need a lot of moisturizing. I was like, okay. Kumbe, it's just the African sun, man. So it just depends on like your whole environment, So that's really important.
And also the things that we're saying, if you guys want to know more information on it, you can honestly just look up. Like, there's so many, again, just use your resources. Like, there's YouTubers, there's we're here, influencers, whatever you want to call us. But you can also do your own research on Google and look up like how whatever type of hair you have reacts, or how to moisturize whatever type of hair you have. in the summer, or just to have like, you know, like you said, use all your different sources to come up with whatever helps you with your hair. But yeah, so wait, I have to keep track of the time. I know we've been like, I can just go on and on, but I do go to work soon. Let's see how long.
Oh, we can't go to work. It's curfew. I'm literally home the whole year.
Yeah. I started, actually, I haven't been working because of, everything that's happened, but I'm a babysitter, and they kind of were just like, I mean, I know their kids are driving them crazy. They're probably like, can we like, I already told them, we'll see in June what happens.
Yeah.
And I'm actually gonna have a mask on and everything, but I do want to like help them out because it's been so long. But okay. Let's see. We'll probably answer maybe one or two more questions. This has been really good.
Asante. At least I taught you a new word in Swahili today, man.
I love it. I wish I could speak it with you. Did your hair get thicker as it grew longer? How do you get thick hair?
Okay, so I feel like it's important, and I feel some YouTube videos can be really like misdirecting, if you get what I mean. Like sometimes we have an influencer, we have different influencers in Kenya. Some of them have naturally thin hair and some of them have naturally thick hair. Over some time, if you are taking care and you're having healthy hair practices, you'll be able to know which type you are. Personally, when I started out, I had super thin hair. If you see my photos, you see how you just put a cut in a bathroom and the hair just literally slicks out. That was just basically me. There was nothing on my scalp. It was just kind of like little freckles and everything. But over time, you'll be able to know what actually can work for your hair. You have to remember, sometimes every hair type and every thick hair type characteristic is beautiful in its own way, and I feel like it's important for people to know that in YouTube there's a representation for every hair type and every form of thickness. You can find somebody who has really thin hair, but the hair is really healthy and it's long, and it's just amazing, but if you are starting out with like it's damaged, or maybe you're recovering from something like maybe like, you're using relaxers a lot and your hair was actually thinning out, the less you actually manipulate your hair and just make sure you're consistent with moisturizing routine and your conditioning routine and your protein treatment. And over time, your hair will just thicken up. It'll just kind of like blossom up, So it just depends. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, because when I started off, my hair was a lot thinner.
Yeah.
And over time, again, with just me trimming my hair also
Yeah.
made it seem like my hair, it looks like my hair is a lot thicker now because my hair was so stringy at the bottom because it was so heat damaged. And once I cut that off, and the ends, it looks so thicker now, and that's just how my hair looks. And then over time, I mean, listen, I think there's so many questions, but I just want to leave off with this. I'm going to say my routine, and then I want you to say your actually like weekly routine. So so people can just understand, like, what was I gonna say? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was thinking so I'm trying to sum up all the questions in one. But honestly, protein treatments help with thickness. I just realized
definitely.
I never used protein treatments, but if you have, like she said, if your hair is just low porosity, or your density, is that what it is? The thickness. I mean, some people are just born with naturally thin hair, and your hair may not, like, that's just not in your genetics for it to be super thick, but you can try to do protein treatments, maybe do your research as far as that. I'm still learning myself. Just that I know helps with thickness. And then obviously, like, the same thing, making sure that you cut out heat, because if you're using heat in your hair's going to continue to get damaged. So you may have to cut out heat and cut out whatever, any chemical processing. You may not, but I'm just saying. And then make sure you just be consistent. When we say consistent, we mean, everybody's different. So I don't like giving a time limit, because I feel like that's just, you can't. But at the same time, like a year to 2 years and just,
Yeah, that'll be good.
everybody's different. Your hair may change in like a few months, which it definitely can if you're paying attention to it. I don't know if you're just checking your hair every second and taking pictures, then I guess.
Yeah.
And maybe take pictures. That probably helps people too. But anyways, yeah, like when we say consistency, you got to do this like weekly. And I that's what I want to know for someone with 4C hair. I know my routine is every week. This is what I do on Sundays. This is not always exactly like this because sometimes life just, gets whatever.
Happens.
But I try every Sunday, like I said, this is going to be like the breakdown. We're going to end off with this. Every Sunday, I like to shampoo my hair. Then I'll deep condition my hair. And then while my hair is, have the deep conditioner, I'll make sure I detangle my hair because that's very important. And then let it sit in my hair, the deep conditioner sit for however many, 20, 30 minutes. And then I'll rinse it out, obviously. Then I'll moisturize my hair with the leave-in conditioner because that's just my preference. And then however I decide to style it, I would just put it like a cream, a curl defining cream if I want to, if I want that extra definition. Sometimes I put a gel if I want super like gel down defined curls. If I don't, I can just keep a leave-in conditioner or a cream or whatever. So then my hair is styled. And my hair usually lasts after that full treatment. It could take me, so I started off on Sunday. I could literally not do anything to my hair until the following Thursday. And then my hair, by then that time, my scalp is probably like, oh, girl. I could just feel it itchy, like feeling itchy and dry. At this point, I could just feel, you get a connection with hair, you feel. So then I'll co-wash my hair with the co-wash, and then while I'm applying the co-wash to my hair and my scalp, I will detangle my hair again. So that's the second time. I detangle my hair two times a week, just so I can prevent breakage and just my hair knotting up over time. And then after that, again, I do the same thing, put a leave-in conditioner and then a cream, and then I rock my hair. However, sometimes I style my hair. Again, it doesn't really matter what you do outside of after you moisturize it. It's just what you do when you moisturize it. So everything's different, but I do a lot of wash and goes pretty much. And then I keep my hair, then my hair is nice and set until Sunday again, and then it repeats. And that's pretty much what I do all the time. And when it comes to trimming my hair, I trim my hair like maybe twice a year now that I don't have to trim my hair that much. And then protein treatments, again, I don't do them often. I don't feel like I need to because my hair is not damaged. And so that's just my basic thing. So that's for me. I have low porosity hair. I don't really like to say my hair type because I feel like my hair has changed over time, but just for a general idea, my hair, I believe, is 3C in the front and 4A in the back. I believe so. That's how it was before. It may have changed, but that's just like a brief little thing. So what is your little breakdown? Like, what do you do weekly, and then how you trim? And well, first off, say your hair type and your thing, just so we can like give a little basic.
So that's interesting because my natural hair routine is completely different, but you have like similar consistencies.
Yeah.
For example, I am type 4C, definitely like 4C, D, G. If the lowest can ever go, that's who I am. But I am type 4C and I have low porosity hair. Basically, I'm such a fan of protective styles. And I've mentioned before, I'm such a simple person. So my routine starts with me putting like a basic protective style like this, just a braid or a twist or anything. I moisturize my hair in braids. That can happen like once every 2 days because of the weather. The weather over here can be a little bit crazy. It just depends on how my hair is actually feeling. So I moisturize my hair with water, and then I seal in with a shea butter. And then every Sunday, what I normally do is I just typically use a shampoo and a deep conditioner, and I'm done for the whole week. And then maybe once a month, that's when I'll be doing a protein treatment because I feel like I have to have that sort of consistency with protein treatment. But what I have to say is like when it comes to protein, our hair already has it's structured to have a lot of protein. So sometimes if you use something like a 4G2 step and you misuse it in a way, it can literally break your hair. I've seen so many experiences of people talking about like protein isn't really like necessary, but at the same time, you have to listen to what your hair actually needs and what your hair actually wants. if personally, I normally do them once a month, and I have to be specific. I use a really light protein. So then I just do the same weekly and monthly routine for about 1 or 2 months, and then I just typically redo my braids. It's just kind of like how you have locks, you know. So basically, that's how I've been treating my hair. I braid it, moisturizing time.
So you moisturize,
Weekly.
so you braid, and then you literally like moisturize your hair
in the
with
braid.
your braids in. Now that's different. I've never heard of that. But that explains everything.
Yeah.
Wow, that sounds real like nice. Like you don't have to do much to your hair.
Yeah, and funny enough, when I started, I had my doubts. I thought it's not going to like grow my hair, but over time, the last year, my hair was like literally here, like literally on top of my shoulders. Now my hair is like literally at bra strap. Like I was just like, girl, I'm continuing this routine. This is the way to go. So basically, I've just noticed like my hair doesn't like a lot of manipulation. So I tend to avoid salons and heat and just typically everything that has somebody else doing my hair, because I just had a bad experience. I just had a setback a little bit. Somebody tried to do my hair and they were using this tiny comb, like literally like those tiny combs. I'm just like, why? Yeah. So basically this happens to, you have to know, like in both of our routines, one thing that's a major factor is like we're consistent and we listen to your hair. Like people have to understand, like naturals are completely different. You can find even somebody who's 3C or 4C doing your routine, a 4C natural doing your routine, and then a 3C natural doing actually my routine. You know, I've seen that a lot with a lot of YouTubers. So you have to just kind of like, know what actually works for you. And at the end of the day, your hair is going to flourish, you know.
You just have to be consistent.
Right? Yeah.
Figure out whatever you find out works with you, be consistent. And also, lastly, this is very, very important, your diet. Now,
exactly.
I'm not speaking this for everybody, but I don't call myself vegan because I do eat honey, and then there's like very people are very big when it comes to that word. So I don't eat meat or dairy, but I'm not saying that to say other people need to. I'm just saying when I decided to revert to that diet, my vegetable and fruit intake soared, and my water. So again, you don't have to, you can still eat meat and stuff like that, but I'm just saying eating a lot of fruits, vegetables, drinking a lot of water, that helps as well. I think that will help you, because there's like people taking like supplements and stuff like that. And of course you can, I mean, there's hair or whatever. I don't keep up with it, but I feel like if your diet is good, you're taking a lot of, getting all your proper vitamins and drinking a lot of water. Most importantly, I try to drink like this gallon. This right here is a 64-ounce gallon. I drink this every day. And I just feel like that just helps my hair, and not needing much, because it gets whatever values from what I put inside of my body. So I feel like that will help. It's just like if you say you work out a lot and you have a fit body, but you eat like crap, you're gonna probably have to work out so much harder and just get those results, because you're working out, which is good, but you're also putting crap into your body. So it's like harder for you, rather than a person eating healthy and working out. They're probably gonna get the quicker results and not have to do so much. Same with your hair. So it's like, make sure when you're also taking care of your hair, you do your best to really eat healthy, and then that'll help you not just for your hair, but how you feel, how your skin looks, how everything.
Yes, like funny enough, like I want to start another protective style challenge, and this year's theme is to eating for hair growth with style. So basically, we have to eat for hair growth as a priority, but we also have to do like a protective style, you know. So, and people like underestimate the importance of a healthy diet. Like personally, I also I have like a huge bottle of water. It's like literally 2 liters.
Oh, yes.
So basically, like I'm so consistent in making sure that eating healthy is like an important factor. So I'm not like the best, like I'm trying to be at the moment where I'm not eating a lot of junk as a way, sometimes when you're walking around, especially in my country, you find so much good street food, and then it's just like, whew, So it's really important to have that consistency. And just the other day, natural philo had the same thing. She had an issue where she was losing a lot of hair, especially on her edges, because she wasn't eating enough zinc. So I feel like people have to understand sometimes hair loss can't really be about manipulation or how tight your styles are, or like traction alopecia or anything. Whenever you go to the hospital, the first thing they'll be actually looking at is like, what have you been eating? Have you been eating burgers? Have you been eating potato chips? Like, what are you eating? So I feel like people should like literally, this is our year to glow up, like physically, hair wise, mentally. So yeah, I feel like, gonna get it.
So again, we can go on and on and on and on about it, but obviously, again, the basis of just natural hair is making sure that you create whatever routine that works for you, and hopefully by now everybody's different. Okay, so yes, people with 4C hair can't do wash and goes and can't do all of that. But some people, and then the same for everybody. It's just like what's most convenient for you and what makes you feel better. Like you, as far as you not feeling like you have to do so much. Everybody's different. So make sure you just figure out what works for you and you do that consistently. And then you just eat healthy. And then also don't care about whatever else anybody thinks about your hair if you're transitioning or whatever the case may be. Just stay in your lane. Don't just know this is beautiful. Okay, all the haters, whoever's looking at you like your hair, it's okay, because when your hair is flourishing and after, they're not gonna be saying, gonna be like, girl, what you did to your hair or whatever. But like, don't worry about that, because brush on hair company. Just like natural hair, like it's you have the community. If they have something to say, bring them to us, okay? But anyway, I hope that, this is super long.
Exactly.
I mean, hey, this is what happens. You were an amazing guest. Hopefully you guys learned some things. Thank you for everybody who stayed for this long. I have to rush and go off to work. Did you have anything that you wanted to add really quick, or you could say what's your YouTube channel, just so anybody who can go check you out?
Oh, my YouTube channel is at Owor Osir. So I think I'll just send you like my name so you can just paste it, because it can be harder. But like, thank you so much for having me as a guest. I had such a nice time. You have such a beautiful personality, and your subscribers are good. You guys, guys are lit, man. You guys are lit. It's quarantine, but you guys are lit. But like, thank you so much. I appreciate, and if somebody actually learned from this conversation, so
I'm sure they did. It was amazing having you here as well. Thank you for bringing a fresh new perspective, and this is just great positive vibes. I needed this, girl. Okay, I needed to going on. Just amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Obviously, I will be saving this so you guys could play it back or whatever it may be. But once again, hope you guys stay safe out there. And take these tips, and I'll see you tomorrow, because I have another Be True series tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. time. And if you want to follow how do you say it again?
Friska.
Oh, it's such a beautiful Friska. Then look at the description box. I'll enter that in. But okay, much love to you guys.
Bye.
And now it's gonna be an awkward moment of me trying to end the screen. Bye.